kids or you've been trying to get pregnant for years and you see these happy announcements, it's so hard not to feel like, oh, why isn't it me this time? So many women have been there.
Good morning. Good morning, baby girl. You ready for some breakfast? Hi, baby. Hey. Doing? You begging? You want my food? Excuse me. Excuse me, hello. You want my food? What do you weigh? Wow.
So
Baby, you gained over a kilo. Who's got a cheeky little face? Who's got a cheeky little cute face? Hey, baby. Hey, you want to say hi to Instagram? Hey, show everyone how beautiful you are. Oh, you know deeps. You know deeps. Hey, he really wants to say hi to you, say that. Oh, Nacho, I'm sorry, but. I think that. Oh. child support, bud. Get my daughter pregnant. Hey, little stubby legs.
Dude, I remember the first time she came here. Oh. Oh yeah, ice cream. I think it's the first time having something sweet.
Yeah. I don't think it's sweet. It's like chicken liver.
Oh, never mind that.
I wish Beth, not Beth, really. It's made for that kind of effort.
Sena. You're not happy? Why? She's cute. You don't think... Sena. เลยนะ You're a silly girl now. Is that a bit better? Is that easier for you, my love? What about this one? Oh, you look like you're gonna like this one. Does this one look a bit nicer? Go on then. I think you might be able to chew that one better. So great. Good girl. Good girlie. Ice cream. Hi. What you want? Treats? Give me treats, Mama. Give me treats. Is that what you want? Okay.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Oh my god. You're so cute. You're so cute. I love Oh, Papa. Oh, Papa. She's so cute.
What's the back leg doing?
Now we again. Now we're at the beach again. Is it time for your food, is it? Hey? Here's a teddy bear. Here's my teddy bear. A cutie pie. You're getting some sunshine. Who likes to eat the sand?